And we are live. So welcome to today's live stream, the Ask Karen part. This is where I do a short interview with the members of our private group who are either a coach, consultant, therapist or healer or something similar around that. And basically, they get an opportunity to share with you guys a little bit about who they are, what they do, who they help. And whatever they want to promote, right? Because when we just see the title coach or healer, it doesn't really explain what they do, what they have to offer, what modalities they use. Because, there's thousands of coaches out there, all doing different things, all helping different people in different ways. So how does anybody know how to even choose a coach? So if it resonates with you, get in touch. We've got Carly's details just there.
Yeah.
So Carly, if you can share with the audience a little bit about, who you are, what you do.
Hello. Thank you, firstly, for having me on the show. Very exciting. So I launched a blog called The Mental Mum in January. So it's still a baby, still very young. I'm still blogging. I'm not blogging as much. I was blogging once a week, but I started going and doing other things, and other doors were opening. I'm now training to be a spiritual life coach, so that's exciting. I do have a podcast as well that you can find on the blog, and that's to do with a book. Was inspired by a book that I read last year called How I Changed My Life in a Year from Shelley Wilson. Amazing book. Everyone should read it. So she basically, a whole year of resolutions. So we always go on about a New Year's resolution. Well, she thought, why stop there? Well, I've never accomplished or even completed one of my resolutions. Most people don't, right? By the end of January, their life's out the window. So she thought, why not take all those that I've not done over the years and not completed and do them for a whole year. So it really was inspiring, and she blogged about it, whereas I've always wanted to start a podcast, and obviously I was launching my blog anyway, so I didn't really want it to, get in the way of that. So I was doing that. So I thought, I'll just do a podcast. I like to talk. You can't stop from talking normally. And so along with it, I created a calendar because I wanted something to keep me on track. So my calendar I created, I've got it up. I'll do it every week, every month. It's really inspiring. I do want to do a workshop near the end of the year. So then hopefully I inspire someone to kind of do the same thing. But it is a week of challenges. So, for example, in January, the topic was lose weight, which it normally is in January, let's face it, after Christmas and all that, Christmas pudding. But then you have weekly little goals that you do. So, yeah. It was fun. I'm still doing it. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it, and it's just it's keeping me consistent as well. That's my word of the year, consistent. So
and that's brilliant, because that is the trouble with New Year's resolutions, is that there's like a big gap between something becoming a habit and your willpower.
Absolutely. Yeah, just out of the
why. So if you're then, it doesn't matter, start again.
Yes.
And it's all about practicing. It's all about practicing to show up every day. If you don't show up one day, okay, start again the next day.
Yeah, I see it.
I can see how that, just keeping it going, does it matter if you don't complete all of them?
No.
Setting you up.
And trust me, I haven't. It's month 7, and there's one week, here and there that it's totally gone out of my head because I'm busy with the children or the business, or on a few occasions there's an extra week, because in some months it actually comes out as 5 weeks instead of 4, and I'm like, oh no, I've screwed up, I need to add something onto it. So yeah, it doesn't always work out, but the main thing is to just not give up and stop, right? Because that's what we usually do. Once we stop doing it for a day or two, we're like, oh, there's no point in doing it now. But when you've got something like this physical to look at, it kind of gives you the motivation. Oh, I'll just carry on. Let's keep going.
Start again, keep starting again, and it's practice.
Absolutely.
Nobody's gonna, and this is the problem. People resist change because change is difficult. Because we are running programs. And when we get distracted, we'll just run an auto program. So then we slip off. So then it's just, okay, let's get present again. Let's get anxious, start again. So it's what I see that you're doing is you're practicing. Yeah,
exactly. And that's why meditation is very important as well, because, we have so many thoughts in our heads, and just be still.
Absolutely.
Focus.
This is awesome. So good for you. You've launched something completely new this year. And yes, keep it going, because for any of the listeners out there, starting a blog, starting a podcast, I would say, unless obviously you've got loads of money to throw at it, doing it organically, you're playing the long game.
Oh yeah, right? Definitely.
Doesn't mean you don't do it. And other people will be put off because they feel because they want instant gratification. They want it now. However, the clever person will just keep going, because when they get there, the influence they will now have, because they've been doing it for a while, rather than if they were just starting fresh, is going to be massive.
And that's why my word of the year is consistency, because before, I wasn't being very consistent with my posting, with my blogging, and you need to make sort of like, don't make a goal that you don't think you're going to achieve. So you make sure it's achievable as well, because that's what I was doing. I think I was a bit optimistic when I was doing one blog a week, when it was just me on my own, having to post, because I've got a Facebook group as well. Having to post
managing everything, right? It's managing anything. It all takes time.
Absolutely.
This is the trouble. People think that it's just going to be easy just because you're online and you do one post. Oh, they're going to come. We know that doesn't happen like that. You have to be consistent with doing things, and it will build. It will build. So, so the link's there. That's to your group.
I've actually revamped. I've revamped it since January, so it is more focused around community, and in the last couple of weeks I've added a members area and a forum. Brilliant. So if you become a member, you can join in conversations in the forum, because I wanted to, it's all about community and about support, and to stress out burnt out mums that, need the support and need other mums to talk to, and
Yeah, because it can get a little bit overwhelming at times.
Yeah. We will be adding an academy. I do want to add an academy of knowledge.
Brilliant.
At some point. There's many things I want to.
So good for you, Carly. So with regards to, getting all this up and running and moving forward, do you have any particular question that other people might be having the same question?
Well, because there's so many avenues out there to promote your website, it's what's the best one? There's so many, and you're like, oh, I don't know where to start, really.
Right. The thing is, with promoting blogs or podcasts on social media, specifically Facebook, right, or any of them, right, they all want people to stay on their platform. They do not like people going away. So if you're posting your blog post onto your page, Facebook will reduce the reach, so not as many as people will see it. So what you can do is you can upload it separately, so people see the post without any links. So this is what I suggest to people. If you're doing it on your personal profile, no links in the post, right? Okay. But create the post still, so they get to see it, and then you can put the link in the comments. And the same with LinkedIn.
Okay.
Also, you can, or if you were putting it in a group, then share that on your profile. So as long as people are staying in the different platforms, then they are going to love it. So really omnipresence. So absolutely posting it everywhere, but without the links initially.
Yes, because that's what I do wrong. I do share my blog post and my podcast episode.
Well, I'm not saying don't do that. Not saying stop. Do that as well. And for instance, like on your story, yes, you could share the blog direct from the. So do you see what I mean? If you go to your blog page on your website and there's one particular blog article, you can share that particular article.
Yes.
And you can share it to your story, or share it to your news feed, or share it into your group. So you could do it that way. But if it's in your group, no problem, add the links, because they've filtered. But if you're talking about your personal profile,
I want it to be everywhere. So I've obviously not got around to having to vote 24/7, but
it's not. See, people again. So this is another tip, that people think that they're ramming things down people's throats. Trust me, they're not going to see every post.
Yes, that's what I mean.
They might see it. I don't see all my friends' posts. Just because we've posted it, we think, oh, everybody's going to see it and they're going to be sick of seeing it. Half of them won't have.
No.
So guess what? Maybe the next has spread it out. So then the next day you do it with the link, or you do it via the blog page. And the next day you do it as a story. So at least more people will have an opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Monday, just as a post with the link in the comments. Then on the Tuesday, they might see it in a story. On the Wednesday, they might see it shared.
Yeah, do it different
doing a variety.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So it is all about omnipresence works. And trust me, you won't have posted it enough.
Yeah.
Because there's enough people
always
out there.
Don't post it every day because it's too much.
Maybe not every day, right? However, in between the blog posts, do some kind of engagement post.
Yeah.
Without any links, that's just going to get people engaging. So then when you do the blog post, Facebook are going to show it to more people.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
So then you're getting a mix of things.
Yeah, that's it. And
everywhere.
Gorgeous.
Well, thank you for your question. So if any mums that are struggling, or need some adult conversation even, or
definitely. I do want to start doing like clubs and stuff, and meetups and retreats and things like that in the future.
Awesome. And who knows where it'll end, right?
Yeah. Who knows?
Thank you for your question. Thank you for listening, guys. If you want to be interviewed and want to share what you do, then DM me. Bye for now.